Welcome to the Lindemann Outdoors Podcast with your hosts, Buckshot Lindemann and Jeremy, the Iceman Lindemann. Coming to you live from the root cellar once again. Jacob securely in his bedroom closet, broadcasting over the airwaves to our loyal 4 or 5 listeners.
We're up to 13 listeners now. They're Iceman.
13?
Yep, 13.
How did we get 13?
I have no idea. But whoever they are, they're some loyal people.
Well, to you 13 out there, the baker's dozen, we surely appreciate you. And today, we're going to bring you something fun. Something maybe you haven't heard of before, but I bet you have. It is why the 30-06 is the greatest deer rifle of all time. I know.
This is all facts. This is not biased opinions. Everything we say is scientific law. It's in the Bible.
We read this. We shouldn't, I'm sure it is there somewhere. Proverbs 30-06. Take thy rifle, go to the woods, and shoot thy deer for me with the 30-06. Now, I believe the good Lord created 30-06 because he wanted us to have the ultimate deer rifle. Now, I shoot a 300 Winchester short mag, the old 300 Wisdom. But great rifle. But even with that, I still believe the 30-06 is probably, if you were just going to have one rifle to hunt everything in the North Woods or North America for that matter.
Yeah.
You could do it with the 30-06. Now, here's some of the reasons of why it's so great. Number one, it's awesome. Well, Jacob's biased because Jacob shoots a 30-06. And, when he was younger, hunting in the youth season, we tried using 243s and 22 250s. And now those rifles will kill deer if you put it in the right spot.
Yep.
But they don't kill deer as well as a 30-06 does.
No.
And you want to make sure you have a quick, clean kill, and you don't want to wound deer. You don't want to lose deer. You want to put the deer down as quick as you can.
And with the 30-06, it is instant.
A lot of times it's instant. Yeah, they don't.
I would say 90% of the deer I've shot with that gun have just instantly dropped. Those light switch go by.
And that's what you want. What's great about the 30-06 is, number one, like I was going to say, the ammo is readily available.
Yep.
Every store in the world has 30-06 ammo. I even think they have it at Target in the caribou section under the coffee. I think it's there. You have to just look.
Maybe behind the Stanleys.
It must be. Yeah. Behind the giant Stanleys, there's a box of Remington 180 grain core locks and 30-06.
Well, that's one thing is they have a lot of different grains for a 30-06.
Lots of different. You can get from 150 all the way up to 220. I mean, you can hunt everything from moose. I know people that have shot moose with a 30-06. I know people have shot elk. You can shoot deer. You can shoot antelope, you can shoot everything, whatever you want. Now, the 30-06 is arguably, it's a 300-yard and in gun. So, it's not a gun that you're going to go out there and shoot long range because it starts to drop off at 400 and 500 yards. Now, could you shoot a deer at 400 yards with a 30-06? Absolutely. Given the right scope and bullet combination, easily done. But what's nice about the 30-06, like we talked about, is there's so many different grain bullets. Um, for instance, you shoot the 150 grain Winchester ballistic silver tip, which is,
Jello maker is what I call them.
yeah, it's a bullet that has a little plastic tip on it to help with aerodynamics, and it also helps with bullet expansion. It drives that plastic tip back into the bullet, and it, helps the bullet basically open up like a rose petal, like a flower petals, and it, creates a shock. You get that rifle wound channel through there, and you get that shock factor.
With that rifle of mine, and I've had other people shoot it as well, I don't even aim I just put it on the shoulder. You put it on the shoulder, and you pull the trigger, and it's gone.
Down they go. Yeah,
It's not the best rifle if you're looking for those front shoulder meat. It's kind of rough on that.
It's going to blow them up. But, even if aiming behind the shoulder, shoot a good double long shot, it's gonna put the deer down quick.
Oh, yeah.
But like I was saying, you can shoot these 150 grain bullets, so you gain a little bit more trajectory.
Yep.
There's a lot of people that hunt in the brush a little more. They'd rather have that 180 grain bullet, in case you gotta shoot, shoot in the brush a little bit and you're worried about a twig deflecting that bullet. It's not going to get deflected by a 180 grain bullet. It doesn't kick too bad.
No.
As far as the rifle goes.
Tell them the story of how you showed me that when you got me that gun when I was young, that it didn't kick.
Well, you were 12 years old and you were afraid of the gun. Now, this gun actually has a muzzle brake on it, it does make it loud.
Very.
But I highly recommend getting a muzzle brake if you're a youth hunter or, if you're bothered by the kick of the rifle, because the muzzle brake takes away, a lot of them will take up to 50% of the recoil out of that rifle.
Yeah, what a muzzle brake is at the end of your barrel, it'll be a little section of the barrel that has a bunch of holes drilled through it, so it kind of looks like a honeycomb kind of esque, and allows all that gas that usually is the kickback from the bullet exiting the barrel to go out the sides, which it does increase the noise, but it's no kick at all.
Reduces the recoil by quite a bit. And most muzzle brakes, you have to if you don't have one on your gun, you'd have to take it to a gunsmith and they'd have to thread the end of the barrel and then they would screw the muzzle brake on. Some of them come from the factory with a built-in, it's already set up with a muzzle brake on it. I know Brownings do. This Mossberg rifle that you're shooting came with that. But the rest, a lot of them, you have to, buy a separate muzzle brake and have it installed. But, it adds a benefit of less recoil, especially for the youth, where they can shoot. So now you can shoot a little bigger gun with a little bigger, some more knockdown power, and then it doesn't beat you up, and then, you don't become afraid of the gun, and you don't, develop a, jerking of the trigger or flinching or anything like that. And like when Jacob got this gun, I held it to my crotch and I shot it, with the butt of the rifle on the family jewels, so to speak, to show him that there is no kick to this gun. Yeah. Jacob was afraid to shoot it at first because, it was loud and it was big, and he was 12 years old and he's used to shooting bows and arrows and, a 22-250, which is a 22 caliber.
A pew rifle.
Yeah, 30-06 is a 30 caliber rifle, so it's a bigger gun. But then after he saw me successfully shoot the rifle right off of the old Johnson, he knew that
safe.
It's safe. So that being said, you can load this gun up with a variety of ammo. You can buy a 30-06. They're not expensive. They're not they've been around.
Yeah, they're not like the fancy.
Can you Google when they
6.5
invented the
Creedmoor.
30-06?
I will, yep.
Let's Google this up. We'll pull this up. The origin of the 30-06, if you will.
The 30-06 was invented in 1906 in a Springfield cartridge.
1906.
By
what else does it say?
So it was a 7.62 by 63 millimeter metric notation, and it's called the 30-06 by Winchester. Was introduced to the United States Army in 1906 as a short-range sniper rifle, and later standardized and remained military until the late 1970s.
Let's pause right there. So one of the popular rifles in the First and Second World War, I believe, was the M1 Garand.
Yep.
Which was semi-automatic and shot 30-06. And like I said, also used in one of the very first sniper rifles. So imagine being on the battlefield and having a semi-automatic accurate rifle that you could shoot, out to 500-600 yards with. I know some of those M1 Garands had elevation sights on the back, and I think you could shoot way out there. When was the M1 Garand invented, Jacob? Look that up quick.
M1
Grande.
1936 to 1957, the standard U.S. service rifle. 1940s, so that was like them too.
World War II. Yep, they didn't have it in World War I. They should have.
World War I was the 30-06.
Yeah, but the M1 Garand shot 30-06.
Yep.
Shot that caliber. So I was mistaken there, but yes, it was the Second World War where that rifle came into existence. Had they had it in the First World War, there would not have been a Second World War. There would not have been anybody left to fight after the first time.
You cannot legally own an M1 Garand.
I believe you have to have a permit. Is that what it says? You can't own one?
It says you can legally not own one because it's a weapon of war.
Are they fully automatic or?
Because they've killed tens and hundreds and thousands of people in World War II.
I think that's bullshit.
So they're saying.
Is that Wikipedia or what woke leftist garbage is that from?
That's just straight up Google.
I know people that have these.
This is from thegunclub.org.
Huh. I call BS. I know people
that have. The Second Amendment
does
not protect against weapons of war. You can own one, but you cannot hunt with it.
Oh.
You can own one as like a art piece.
I've seen people's art pieces out there shooting deer to beat the shit, but whatever. Good for them, boys. It's still, that's whole nother podcast of.
Well, this also says that the 30-06 Remington carries a Grizzly cartridge called the Grizzly cartridge for a 30-06.
Does it say what caliber or what grain bullet that is?
I think it's that 2 something. I exit at 1 second here.
I apologize for us not doing our research beforehand on this topic, but we literally just thought of this 5 seconds ago.
It's called the Grizzly cartridge, high performance rifle ammunition, 165 grain.
Ooh. Nice.
30-06.
So I wonder what happens if you type in, why is the 30-06 the greatest deer rifle of all time? You got an AI search engine we can pump that into quick?
Let's see. I do.
Jacob is our technical wizard, for those of you listening. I am merely the face of this radio show. I've always had a face for radio. My mom used to tell me that.
The 30-06 is legit, is for what they say. It's great It's reliable, it's versatile with bullet weights, it's easy to find in stores, it's easy to find rifles chambered in it.
Everything we just said.
They've stood the test of time, standing tall, and they're a better version of the 308.
Damn.
Other calibers have faded into obscurity outside their homes or niches. Where they're any worse, no. All of them are very capable of their own upsides. They just don't compare to the following and upstanding history and resilience of the 30-06.
Oh, Chat GPT talking some smack. What up with that? Dang. Holy smokes. Can't believe it.
It has long-range capability, providing accuracy with big game, deer, bear, elk, caribou, moose, killing power easily out to 400 yards in a competent hand.
Damn.
50 years of developed admiration for a round which can perform better than most of men who use it.
Jeez.
You know,
How about Chat GPT talking some shit there, huh? Jeez, I shouldn't say shit, but anyway, we can beat that out. Give you something to do when you're editing. Just straight up talking smack about how it's the best gun of all time. Outperforms the 308. Some people say the 308 is the best deer rifle of all time, one of the most versatile cartridges.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
no.
The 30-06 sniper served in the United States in both World Wars and the Korean War. Its last major use was during the Vietnam War. The Belgian army are famous for using their 30-06 as a sniper version with telescoping sights, as well as having it equipped with a side sight for a general service weapon.
Dang. How about that? I bet you all didn't know all that about the 30-06.
I love how it has there's a company that legit makes the 30-06 Grizzly cartridge.
Yep. The 30-06, not just your grandpa's deer rifle, but the best deer rifle, arguably, of all time. Yeah, bet you, I mean, who would have thought? Jacob, you knew.
I did know, but the reason the U.S. military was driven by a desire to have ammunition that was more suited to needs of the modern warfare, the 30-06 offered a balance between firepower, accuracy, and portability.
Yeah, I mean, you can get a whole slug of 30-06 shells in an ammo can. You know, talking about portability. And then also, I wouldn't want to be hit by one.
No.
You know, that would not be good because I've seen bears shot with a 30-06. I've seen deer shot with one. I know somebody shot a moose with one. I know people shoot elk with one. Way better than a 270. Better than a 308. Doesn't beat you up as much as a 300 Win Mag does.
No. And the thing about this gun is, yes, the 30-06 is best, but I think this Mossberg 30-06, there's been many people who have looked at this gun, held this gun, shot deer with this gun, not just myself. I've let other people use it, and everyone has said the exact same thing. This gun is the shit.
It's awesome. Shout out to our buddy Jay Hodney, who longs for your deer rifle.
You know,
he would love to buy it, but sadly,
I will never sell that gun.
Never be for sale. And I'm not sure what happened to this. You know, this was a Mossberg Patriot, and this rifle, I have never seen another one like it. It's like they made them for a short time. It had a fluted barrel, had a muzzle brake, had the Accu trigger. This was a laminated wood stock. I think it was just a little fancier version of the Patriot they make now. I wouldn't be afraid to buy any one of these Patriot Mossberg rifles that they make now. I would say they're dead accurate, and I would say they're a reliable workhorse of a gun, and they won't break the bank. It's like the Ford Flex. Plenty of room for the whole family. Not too hard on the pocketbook. But a sexier version of the Ford Flex is the 30-06. Yeah, just a fantastic deer rifle.
No one knows why. Literally, what I'm finding is no one knows why that Mossberg stopped making them. The reviews of this gun, where they have this Acuro groove barrel on one of the sweetest triggers ever put in production for a rifle.
Is what they're saying about it?
Yeah.
And then they quit making it.
Yep.
I think it was for the price point.
It was too cheap or something?
Well, I think they were selling it too cheap for everything they had into it. I think it was too expensive to make, actually. And then the price that they would have wanted to sell it at, I don't know if they thought they could have done it. I'm not sure. Mossberg, hit us up. Okay?
Tell us why.
I know you're out there listening. Tell us why you quit making this gun. Also, send us samples of your new guns so we may shoot them and make sure that they're good. And then we'll report back to you on their performance right here on this podcast. Sponsor the show. We will take it.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, who else shot a deer with that gun? I've shot it. You shot a deer. Mom shot a deer. We've had. Wasn't the Hudex kid shot a deer with it?
There's hard to say.
I would say at least like 7 people have shot a deer with this gun.
We've let people use it when they've come to hunt with us.
Well, the thing is, what's the scope that we have on that?
Well, that's actually a Nikon scope, which has been a great scope. Holds at 0 all the time. Never even if you bump it or whatever, it doesn't lose its 0. I think that's a Nikon Monarch, actually. Great scopes.
Which is
looking for a middle of the road scope. Not the most expensive, not the cheapest.
But that thing is so dead nuts.
Good glass, nice and accurate.
Yeah.
But it's and the thing about a rifle is you got to have one that you're comfortable shooting, you're willing to practice with it, and you find an ammunition that it likes. Now, here's something people don't know about rifles, okay? They like a certain type of bullet. So what you need to do when you buy your deer rifle, you get your scope set on there, is you need to go to the range and you need to buy a couple boxes of ammo of different brands and types. You need to buy some Winchester bullets in a certain grain, and you need to buy some Remington bullets and some Federal bullets and see which one it groups the best. A lot of times, go figure, a Remington rifle likes Remington bullets the best. Winchesters will shoot Winchesters the best. They're all a little bit different, and each rifle will like, depending upon how that rifle's machined and put together, it will like a certain bullet. Jacob's rifle, for example, likes the 150 grain ballistic silver tips made by Winchester. It will cover bullet holes at 100 yards with that.
It also shoots the non-silver tips, those Winchester ones as well.
Yeah.
It likes those Winchester 150s.
Yep.
I think the silver tip, though, is the most, it'll put a bullet hole in a bullet hole.
Yeah. The deer season XPs shoot well out of there. We've shot the soft points before, which are a cheaper bullet. I mean, $20 a box. That's the other thing nice about 30-06. It's not $70 a box like, your 300 PRCs and your, all your different ammo. I mean, my 300 short mag is, $60, $80 a box.
Yeah. I mean, the proof's in the pudding. It puts deer in the dirt.
The proof is in the pepper stick.
Proof's in the pepper stick.
Made from the deer meat.
Yeah. I just looked up, and this is what Snapchat has an AI now, and I like to ask it hunting questions because I think it's funny. This one says, I said, what is your opinions on the 30-06 for hunting? This says, the 30-06 Springfield which is who invented it,
Mhm.
is often considered one of the best hunting rifles for several reasons. One, versatility. As we talked about, it can hunt a wide range of game. Availability. It's widely available, comes in a variety of different bullet weights and types. Performance. It offers a good balance of power, range, and accuracy. I'm seeing a trend here.
I'm seeing a trend here, ladies
The
and
30-06 is a flat trajectory, which is beneficial for long-distance shooting. History
gentlemen.
has a long-standing reputation in history, having been used by the military and hunters for over a century, so this adds up to its reliability and trustworthiness over the years. And then aftermarket support. There's a wide range of aftermarket parts and accessories available, allowing hunters to customize rifles to their specific preferences. All these factors combined make the 30-06 a popular and reliable choice for many hunters.
Over 100 years, this rifle's been in use.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost been 120 years. In 2026, 1906, that's 100 years,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
No, that'd be, that's right. No, 2006 was 100 years.
Oh, so
Yeah, we're not mathletes here. So 2006 was 100 years. Yeah, so it'll be
109.
100. Yeah, so it'll be
110 years in 2026. Wait, no, 120.
120. Yeah, we're right. Jeez. I'm going to have to edit out our brain fart of math part.
That's okay. Should be me. I'm the one who went to school for physics for half of my major.
I just went to school to be a electrician and a technician. I couldn't spell plumber, so that's why I had to become an electrician.
You found the job application. Plumber. That doesn't sound right.
That looks wrong. Screw this. I'm going to be an electrician instead. Can't even spell plumber.
But yeah, I mean, if people want to call us out and say that 30-06 is not the best rifle, I'll let you shoot mine once at a target, and you can be like, wow, I was so wrong. I'm so sorry.
I call BS.
It's the best rifle.
Yeah. I talked to the Godfather Ron the other day.
Yep.
He shoots a 30-06 as well.
And he's bagged a lot of deer.
He shoots a lot of deer. And I was like, Ron, is the 30-06 the best deer rifle ever made? Well, I sure as hell think so, he says. I've been shooting 180 grain Remington Corlocks, and it knocks the shit out of them.
Yep.
So
Ron is not only my godfather, but he is the godfather of the outdoors.
the Godfather.
It's kind of it's like of the mafia or rednecks.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yep.
A little bit of that.
Yeah. Well, next podcast, we're going to be talking about broadheads because we've had some instances that are proving ourselves right is the problem over these past couple years with these broadheads.
I've had some good luck with these broadheads, but lately I'm starting to wonder here if I seem to be having some bad luck with this certain brand, and
so we'll get into that next week.
It's kind of making me wonder a little bit.
Yep.
So,
but that's going to be all about broadhead, and then soon, as many of you have noticed, winter is here, and with winter comes cold. With cold comes ice, and ice comes ice fishing.
Ice fishing. We're going to be ice fishing by Thanksgiving here.
You think so?
Yeah, these smaller lakes will freeze up quick.
Oh, yeah.
And it's also been supposed to be in the single digits, double digits next week, tens, teens for a high. So the lake's going to freeze up quick. So, yeah, they'll be.
That's true. We're in the small lake territory now.
Mm-hmm. So they'll be sliding fish houses out, and so will I.
Well, folks, thanks for listening. For anyone who thinks the 30-06 is not the best hunting rifle, I feel bad for you just going to bed.
Send us a message.
Yeah, I just feel bad that you're going to go to bed knowing that you're a loser.
How can they send us a message?
Instagram.
Does this show have its own Instagram page, Jacob?
Not currently, but it's connected to my personal Instagram, so Jacob Lindemann. You know who I am.
Lindemann Outdoors, does that have a Instagram?
It does.
Will they find us by doing that?
No.
We might have to make the Lindemann Outdoor Podcast Instagram channel.
We will. But you can also find us at Jacob Lindemann and Jeremy Lindemann on all of our social medias.
I'm Jeremy T. Lindemann.
I'm just Jacob Lindemann.
Instagram. You'll have to, but that's my private Instagram, so you'd have to request me to follow you, and I'll have to make sure you're cool enough for me to do that.
But all 13 people that are listening, I think they're in the club.
I think they would be.
And as the kids say, in the club, we all fam.
That's right. We all fam in the club. Now, I think we will make a Instagram page for the Lindemann Outdoors Podcast, though, Jacob.
Yeah, we will.
I'm going to put you on that.
It'll be called the Lindemann Outdoors Podcast.
There you go. You do that. We'll push that out.
And then next week,
we're going to get this thing up to 26 listeners. You just wait.
You 13. You guys are the OGs.
Tell your people. Check us out.
And also, I'm working on some ice fishing designs for all you ice fishermen out there. So I want to make a bunch of sweatshirts and maybe some hats. Make sure you guys are all toasty. While you're reeling in those fish and ripping some lips.
That's right.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Keep filling that freezer, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Watching. They're listening.
They can watch with their ears, goddammit.
Oh, we keep saying that. Watch with your ears, people.
That's our catchphrase. Watch with your ears.
Watch with your ears.